Here's how to multiply your income without working any harder than you currently are.
Your favorite diva planner is here to talk about careers in urban planning based off of this TikTok that I just stitched. So I did the work so y'all don't have to, but this is just to give you an outline of the industry, different sectors you can go into, pay range, and regions where you can go and work. I mean, this is all relative, so think about it as it relates to your long-term goals and whether you want to be an urban planner. Happy to chat about that more and what it means to be an urban planner and how you can jump into the space. So this first screenshot here is actually highlighting where most jobs are concentrated within urban planning. As you can see, local government is the top one by almost 7 times as many jobs as any other industry, but it is not the highest paying division, and that's what this previous TikToker was talking about. Of the industries that have the most amount of jobs, it's actually the federal government that pays the most, which is something to keep in mind if you're thinking about a career in urban planning. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about is the top paying industry for urban and regional planners. So top 5 is listed here, and the top one you can see is residential building construction. That's just a fancy way of saying real estate developers. This could be in affordable housing, this could be in luxury, market rate, multifamily, everything and anything, which I thought was interesting, but that makes sense and it lines up with what I've seen in urban planning. And then second off is the feds, already talked about, they pay the second highest. And then third, which I think is a really interesting and niche industry that's becoming more expansive, is electric power generation, transmission, and distribution. So thinking about the grid and power related to it, renewable energy, distributive energy, the just energy transition, all that baked into that. But of course, there's other ways to address that in different industries as well. Then other professional, scientific, and technical sciences. I think this is more so consulting or like a private urban planning firm. But yeah, the third one is definitely consulting. The fifth one is definitely consulting. And these are the top 5 paying. So if you're thinking about different careers, and you're interested in alignment with your financial goals, these are some industries you could consider. This is what I actually wanted to talk about, and I thought it was so interesting. So employment of urban and regional planners by state. I thought this was, as of 2022, so I thought this was super interesting because I've been applying to a lot of urban planning roles, and what I've seen for the most part is they're in Texas, Florida, California, and Washington, maybe Oregon as well. And what's interesting is that basically all of those states are on this list. So California has the highest concentration of urban planning jobs by state. And then next is Washington State. Then after that, Florida, Texas, and North Carolina, which I think is super interesting because it's like these 2 very liberal states with a high concentration of urban planners, and then 3 very conservative states with a high concentration of planners. My thought is, where is New York, with the biggest city in the US? Why are they not on this list? But we don't need to talk about it. Last but not least, we got the top paying states for urban planners. So DC coming in at first. This is probably because a lot of the Fed jobs are based in DC and they pay pretty well. So they're headquartered there, makes a lot of sense. California, cost of living, outrageous. So that also makes a lot of sense. And there's a lot of urban planning roles there. Washington, Nevada, Connecticut, I don't really got explanations for y'all, but you're doing your thing, so good for y'all for paying these planners. And I just think this is a really interesting way of thinking about, where your career could potentially take you as an urban planner, what are the financial opportunities and goals you may have as it aligns with urban planning, and where there's opportunity to tap into this type of work. So happy to talk more about this and different types of careers you can pursue in urban planning, but let me know if this was interesting to you, if you think I talk too much, or if you decide you want to be an urban planner, come join the team. Thanks.